Hello, my beautiful friends. Does this sound familiar? It's a beautiful morning. You walk up to your closet, which is packed full of clothes. You run your hands over pieces you used to love, and then you just let out a heavy sigh. Do you know that frustrating feeling when the outfits that once made you feel so confident now suddenly feel like they're betraying you, somehow making you look heavier or more dated than you feel? And then, later that day, you're out and about, and you see a woman who's about your age, and she just looks so effortlessly chic, so put together, with this incredible energy about her. Have you ever wondered, what is her secret? Is she using some kind of magic to turn back time, or does she simply know a set of style rules that we were never taught? If any of those questions have ever crossed your mind, I want you to know you are not alone. And this conversation we're about to have is especially for you. We often don't realize that the difference between looking dated and looking classic usually has nothing to do with expensive clothes. Instead, it's hidden in tiny, detailed mistakes we don't even know we're making. These are the silent saboteurs that have a huge impact on our overall appearance. So, our purpose here today is not just to point out those mistakes. We're going to go so much deeper. I want to take you on a journey to build a smart style mindset. Together, we are going to learn how to make fashion our most powerful ally, to help you rediscover your personal style, to awaken your timeless beauty, and most importantly, to find a confidence that truly radiates from the inside out. Over the next few minutes, we're going to become true fashion detectives. First, we'll decode the language of the little details on a top and discover how a simple neckline or fabric can change everything. Next, we'll uncover how the right sleeve has the power to literally re-sculpt your entire silhouette. After that, I'm going to share the strategy for building a timeless wardrobe that saves you money and says goodbye to waste and trends forever. And finally, we'll master the art of using accessories, especially your handbag, to put that perfect punctuation mark on your personal style. This isn't just advice. These are proven secrets designed to help you fall in love with your style at this beautiful age. Are you ready to discover the most elegant and confident version of yourself? All right, then. Let's begin this exciting journey together. All right, ladies, let's have a real chat. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, wearing a brand new top, and just felt off? You ask yourself, why do I look so much heavier, so much bulkier than I feel? You thought you picked a loose top specifically to hide your midsection, but somehow it's doing the exact opposite. This is an incredibly common trap. And believe me, I have fallen into it more times than I can count. We often think that busy details, like ruffles or pleats around the tummy, or bold horizontal stripes, will distract the eye from our trouble spots. But no, that's not what happens. Visually, these things are the silent betrayers in our closet. Believe it or not, there's actually science to back this up. A classic study from the 19th century by a physicist named Hermann von Helmholtz proved that a square with horizontal stripes looks shorter and wider than the exact same square with vertical stripes. That principle is an absolute truth in fashion today. Those horizontal lines, those ruffles, they force the eye to scan from side to side, which visually adds inches to our frame. The same goes for a boxy top. It turns our beautiful, womanly curves into a straight, shapeless rectangle. So, what is our true ally in this fight? It's a top with a smarter design, like one that cinches right under the bust and then drapes softly over the waist. This style, often called an empire waist, is a secret weapon because it highlights the narrowest part of your torso while creating just enough room to gracefully conceal your midsection. It doesn't just hide you, it cleverly celebrates your shape. But listen, the cut of the top is only half the story. There's another element that's even more important. One that accounts for, I'd say, 70% of an outfit's elegance and flattering power. And that, my friends, is the fabric. I want you to picture this. Shiny fabrics, like satin or silk, act like a mirror. They catch and reflect a lot of light. So, what does that mean for us? It means that every single lump, bump, and curve is going to be put on display and magnified. Oh, let me tell you about a fashion disaster I had. A few years ago, I had a very important party to go to. I splurged on a gorgeous, pearly-colored silk blouse, thinking it would make me look so luxurious and elegant. Well, it turned out to be my own personal fashion nightmare. Under the party lights, That shiny blouse reflected everything and made my stomach look more prominent than ever. The entire night, I couldn't even stand up straight with confidence. I just kept using my purse to cover myself. That was a very expensive lesson learned. From that day forward, I became best friends with matte fabrics that have a bit of weight and a beautiful drape, like crepe, high-quality cotton, or linen blends. These materials are amazing because they absorb light instead of reflecting it. They skim over the body, creating a smooth, forgiving silhouette and an overall look that is incredibly chic and put together. Now, are you ready for a golden rule? A little bit of visual magic that every single one of us should have in our closets. I'm talking about the V-neck top. Why is it so magical? It's simple, really. The V-shape creates a vertical line, which draws the eye upward toward your face and away from your midsection. It makes your neck look longer, your torso appear leaner, and gives the illusion of a taller, slimmer frame. Next time you're in a fitting room, I want you to try a little experiment. Put on a high crew neck top and look in the mirror. Then, immediately switch to a V-neck with a modest depth. I promise you, you will gasp at the instant difference it makes. So, there we have it. We've cracked the code on the first secrets to the perfect top. It's the powerful combination of a smart silhouette, a sophisticated fabric, and a flattering neckline. But the story of the perfect top doesn't quite end there, ladies. There's another small detail we often overlook, but it has the power to be a total game changer in how the entire top half of our body looks. And that is the sleeves. All right, confession time. When you're out shopping for a new top, how much attention do you really pay to the sleeves? We tend to focus on the color, the print, the overall shape, and we pretty much forget the sleeves even exist. We treat them like a default feature, but that default feature can sometimes be a secret saboteur, making our entire upper body look unfortunately out of proportion. Here's the problem. Sleeve styles with a lot of extra details, like puff sleeves, pleated shoulders, or ruffles right on the bicep, create unnecessary volume. It's basically like hanging a giant, flashing arrow sign that says, "Look right here," pointing to an area you might not be the most confident about. Especially as we get older, our upper arms can lose some of their firmness, and these types of sleeves will only draw negative attention to them. So what's the simple solution? Try getting acquainted with the flute sleeve. The beauty of this style is that the soft, flowing flare usually begins at the elbow and moves down. This is incredibly smart because it draws the eye downward to your slender forearms and wrists, creating graceful movement and distracting from the upper arm entirely. However, choosing a sleeve isn't just about hiding or concealing. The true art of dressing well lies in the principle of creating balance. Our goal isn't to look thinner. It's to create a silhouette that is harmonious and proportional. The legendary designer Christian Dior once said, "Balance is everything." In fashion, this is truer than ever, and sleeves are one of our most powerful tools for sculpting that balance. Let me tell you a story about my dear friend, Laura. She was a swimmer in her younger years, so she has a beautiful, athletic build with fairly broad shoulders. For years, she was self-conscious about them, and she tended to hide in stiff, buttoned-up shirts. But the more she tried to hide, the more boxy and heavy her top half looked. One day, I took her shopping and handed her a simple boat neck shirt with raglan sleeves. Does this sound familiar to you? You open up a closet that is absolutely packed with clothes, and yet, you say that classic line, "I have nothing to wear." We know we've bought so many things, all the pieces from last season, but just a few months later, we have no desire to wear them anymore. So why does this happen? It happens because we have fallen into the trap of fleeting trends. The problem with blindly chasing trends is that it leads to a chaotic, wasteful, and quickly outdated wardrobe. Fashion trends, by their very nature, are designed to have a short shelf life. Today's must-have is tomorrow's old news. According to a report from the business of fashion, consumers today are buying 60% more clothing than they did just 15 years ago, but we're keeping those clothes for only half as long. That's not just a waste of our hard-earned money. It's also a heavy burden on our planet. So, what's the solution? It's about shifting your mindset from shopping to investing. Stop buying pieces that will only last for a season and start investing in timeless, high-quality classics. Take the classic denim jacket, for example. It doesn't have a bunch of trendy rips and tears. It's not a weird, oversized shape. It's just a well-fitting jacket in a dark wash, made from good material. It's like a loyal friend in your closet. You can wear it year after year, pairing it with a feminine floral skirt or with elegant trousers, and it will never let you down. But this goes deeper than just a few classic items. It's a whole philosophy. I want to introduce you to the idea of a capsule wardrobe. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. Simply put, it's a small, curated collection of essential items that are high quality and that all work together beautifully. The goal isn't restriction, it's intention. Instead of having 100 mediocre pieces, you might only have 30 excellent ones. And the benefits? You will save an incredible amount of time every morning. You'll save money in the long run. And most importantly, you will always look polished and put together, because everything in your closet is a winner. Let me tell you a story about my grandmother's trench coat. It wasn't an expensive designer label, but it was impeccably tailored from a heavy-duty khaki fabric that held its shape. I can still picture her wearing it over her traditional dresses on a cool day, or pairing it with slacks and a blouse for a business trip. Decades went by, and that coat never lost its shape or its elegant charm. Years later, when I inherited it, all I had to do was replace the buttons, and it looked like it could have come from a luxury boutique today. I still wear it all the time. To me, that coat isn't just a piece of clothing. It's a legacy. It's living proof that true style and real quality are absolutely timeless. That is the soul of a capsule wardrobe. So, where should you start building your own timeless closet? Here's the golden list of items I believe every woman should consider owning. A perfect white shirt made from high-quality cotton. A great pair of black trousers that fit you like they were made for you. The perfect little black dress in a simple, classic silhouette. A trench coat in beige or navy. A cashmere sweater, either a crew neck or a turtleneck. A pair of pointed toe pumps in black or nude. And finally, a well-structured leather handbag with a minimalist design. But does this mean you have to say goodbye to trends forever? Of course not. Fashion should be fun. And this is where the 80-20th rule comes into play. Let 80% of your wardrobe be made up of these classic, foundational pieces from that golden list. This is your unshakable foundation. The other 20%, that's your playground. That's where you get to have fun with trends. Do you love the season's hot new color? Buy a scarf in it. Are you seeing statement earrings making a comeback? Get a fun pair. This way, you can still feel fresh and current, without wrecking your wardrobe structure and without wasting money on things that will be forgotten by next season. Building a smart wardrobe is the wisest investment you can make in your style and in your confidence. It frees you from the endless, exhausting cycle of shopping, and it gives you the peace of mind of knowing that no matter what, you always have something beautiful to wear. And once you've built that solid foundation of clothing, we can start adding the final strokes to complete our style portrait. One of the most powerful finishing touches, one that can change the entire feel of an outfit, lies in how we choose and use that one essential accessory every woman carries by her side. Okay, ladies, let's think about something we do every single day without a second thought. When you walk out the door, how are you carrying your handbag? Tucked under your arm in a hurry? Slung casually over your shoulder? Held properly by the handles? We probably don't notice it, but that small act, along with the bag we choose, is saying a lot about our style and our attention to detail. Here's the problem. The wrong handbag, or carrying it the wrong way, can completely throw off your body's proportions. Have you ever seen a petite woman who looks like she's being swallowed whole by her giant handbag? Or how about a shoulder bag with a strap that's too long, so it constantly bumps against the hip and thigh, unintentionally making the entire lower body look heavier? Those are the silent mistakes we often overlook. The most basic solution is simply intention. It's about consciously choosing how you carry your bag and what style you choose, not just to match your outfit or the occasion, but more importantly, to flatter your unique shape. To make it easier for you, I'm going to share a golden rule that top stylists use all the time. It's the rule of opposites. Choose a handbag shape that is the opposite of your body shape to create visual balance. If you have a tall, slender figure, you're lucky because you can experiment with softer, rounder, less structured bags, like a hobo bag. The curves of the bag will add a lovely softness and shape to your overall look. If you have a fuller, curvier figure, do the opposite and look for bags with structure and angles. A rectangular tote or a firm satchel will be your best friend. The clean, Sharp lines of the bag will create a beautiful contrast against the curves of your body, helping to define your shape in a more streamlined way. And if you have a petite frame, proportion is everything. You must avoid oversized bags at all costs. Instead, opt for smaller bags that have good structure. A chic little crossbody or an elegant top handle bag will be the perfect choice. Let me tell you my own story. When I was younger, I was obsessed with gigantic tote bags because I thought I could carry my whole world in them. The problem was, I'm fairly petite. Every time I carried that bag, my friends would joke that I looked like a walking mushroom. All you could see was the bag, but not the person. It took me years to understand that a beautiful bag isn't a big bag. It's a bag that is in proportion to my own body. Now, besides the shape, there's another technical detail that is incredibly important. Please remember this. The exact point where your bag ends on your body is where you are drawing the eye. If the strap is too long and the bag hits you right at the hip or thigh, it will make that area look wider. This is something women with a pear shape should be especially mindful of. If you carry a short shoulder bag tucked tightly under your arm, it will add bulk to your bust and waist. So what's the ideal length? According to stylists, the sweet spot for a shoulder bag to land is usually somewhere between your natural waist and the very top of your hip. This position doesn't emphasize any sensitive areas and creates a harmonious look. Finally, always remember that a handbag is more than just a place to store your things. The legendary designer Michael Kors once said, "A handbag is a reflection of yourself. It's how you show the world who you are." It is the punctuation mark on your outfit. A carefully chosen bag shows that you are a woman of refinement, that you invest in your appearance and that you know yourself. It elevates even a simple outfit, turning something ordinary into something intentional and high class. So, there we have it. From the smallest details on a blouse, to the grand strategy of building a wardrobe, and finally, to the finishing touch of a handbag, we have walked together on a journey to sharpen and refine our personal style. These aren't just rules, they are tools to help us express who we are in the most beautiful and confident way at any age. So, as we bring our conversation to a close, let's take a moment to look back on the wonderful journey we've just been on together, rediscovering our beauty and our style. Let's just reflect on the precious lessons we've learned today. We learned to look at clothing not just with our eyes, but with understanding, recognizing the incredible power of the smallest details. We learned to listen to and love our bodies, choosing pieces that celebrate our shape rather than just hiding it. We also discovered the timeless value of classic style by building a smart wardrobe that serves as a solid foundation for confidence every single day. And finally, we learned the art of creating our own personal signature through the sophisticated and powerful role of our accessories. But above all of those rules, I want you to leave here today with one truth that is more important than anything else, a manifesto for our beauty at this age. Fashion is not a battle to look younger. No, it is a celebration. It's a celebration of the experiences that have shaped you, of the wisdom that shines in your eyes, and of the deep, soulful beauty that only time can give a woman. Your beauty is not in erasing your laugh lines. It is in the stories that they tell. So please, always remember, the most expensive dress, the most luxurious handbag, can never, ever compare to your most precious and brilliant jewel. And that is your confidence. That confidence sparkles in your smile. It shows in the proud way you hold your shoulders back, and it radiates from the aura of a woman who has lived, has loved, and who knows her own worth. So, right after this conversation ends, I hope you'll do one small thing. Go stand in front of your mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, smile at the incredible woman you see looking back at you, and promise her that you will start the journey of celebrating yourself more through the clothes you choose to wear. Try on a new style of top. Organize your closet. Wear that beautiful scarf you love. Just start with one small thing. Thank you for listening and for spending this time on yourself today. I wish you a life filled with beautiful, joyful days, and I hope you always walk your own path with confidence. Because you, just as you are already a masterpiece. Now go be the most radiant and happy version of yourself. So, we have just walked through the secrets to perfecting your look from the waist up. But please remember, that is only one half of the complete style picture. Because even the most perfect blouse can be completely sabotaged by the wrong pair of pants. If you are truly serious about building an elegant, confident, and timeless aura, then our very next video on the 5 pant mistakes that age you after 60, is the final piece of the puzzle that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Go ahead and click on the video you see on the screen to continue this journey with me. And before we end, I want to say something very directly. This channel is not for everyone. It is not for those who are just looking for fleeting fashion tricks or for superficial solutions that lack a real investment in oneself. This channel is for wise women. It's for souls who appreciate authentic beauty and for those who understand that style is a journey, not a destination. So, if you feel that this journey is not for you, I respectfully ask that you please don't subscribe. But if you saw a reflection of yourself in that description, if you are truly ready to invest in the most magnificent version of yourself, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell to become a part of our community of timeless women. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.